going nowhere, and when it runs around her, the offense, everybody gets to score. So if Taylor needs to be able to facilitate this offense right now, because they're down 24-8, and the only way to get back in this game if Taylor Lawhorn, their captain, can lead them.
I feel that Amityville needs to be more aggressive on the defensive end to have more fast break points and to push the pace in this game, because John Glenn right now, when they get set up on defense, it's like they're just blocks right there. Amityville's literally going nowhere.
As Amityville will come back out with their 5, as John Glenn will come back out with their starting lineup of Gonzalez, Palunki, and Amines, Mull, and Schneiderman. 24-8, 7:55 left in the second quarter, as Brandon Millsap swings it over to Taylor Lawhorn. Taylor Lawhorn shoots, as we have a push in the back from Tobin, as Anamines looks to push the ball up. She swings it over to Palunki. Palunki swings it over to Anamines. Anamines brings it back out. She's calling for a screen. She doesn't get one. She looks to throw it over into the corner. Corner into Gonzalez, swings it back out to Anamines. Anamines looking to shoot. Moman shoots the 3. She misses, as Anamines gets the ball back on the offensive rebound. She pushes it back out almost to half court. Palunki into Anamines. Anamines out to the top of the key. She misses. Tobin on the rebound. 24-8, 7:10 left in the second quarter.
I feel that if Amityville is not guarding them at the 3-point line, they're just literally gonna keep making their threes, and this game is not gonna be good for Amityville.
Moman on the offensive rebound. Anamines gets the ball back. She throws it over on top of the key. Misses the bucket. Lawhorn pushes the ball for Amityville. Stops her dribble, throws it up to Millsap. Millsap fouled. 24-8, 6:38 left in this second quarter.
I've noticed that John Glenn is running 4 people on the perimeter and one big on the inside. So if Amityville could, just crash the boards and not let that one man out rebound them, I think they should be fine. Just guard your men on the 3-point line.
It's timeout. 30-second timeout for John Glenn. Devontae Rickenbacker here with my colleague
Anthony Adams.
Anthony, we have a action-packed game today right now. John Glenn versus the Amityville Warriors.
John Glenn's offense and defense is just overpowering Amityville right now, and they really have to step up their game on both sides of the floor to, stay in this game before it gets out of hand.
As Millsap into Jones. Jones dribbles out, goes over Tobin. Millsap shoots. She misses. Billinger on the rebound. Throws it back out to Tobin. Tobin throws in the floater. She misses as she collects her own rebound and makes the bucket. 24-10. 6:18 left in this second quarter, excuse me. As Gonzalez gets the ball on the perimeter, she calls for it back, throws it out to Moman. Moman at the top of the key. She stops her dribble. She picks it up. Palunki in the moment. Moman shoots. She misses. Taisha Billinger comes down with the rebound. She falls down to the ground, and she hands the ball off to Millsap. Millsap back out to Lawhorn. Lawhorn looking up. 24-10. 5:55 left in this second quarter. Taylor falls to the ground as we have it.
You see Amityville with a few defensive stops in a row.
Offensive foul.
That's a bright spot for them.
Excuse me, Anthony. There's been a lot of offensive fouls here, don't you say, Anthony?
Yeah, I do. There's a point where you're just being a little too aggressive. You want to make sure that you don't foul them, though.
Moment inside, half spin. She misses. Lawhorn comes down with the rebound. She pushes the ball up for Amityville. Lawhorn stops. She pops. She misses.
Amityville's shots are just not going in now. I feel like they're just forcing it, and they need to find more open looks.
24 to 10, 5:25 left in the second quarter. Molman blocked, but we have another foul called on Taisha Billinger.
I feel like the Amityville coach needs to just stress to put your hands up on the paint and make sure to not foul, because Amityville's in foul trouble early in this game.
Molman at the line again. She makes the first.
Amityville's body language is very slouchy right now. It looks like they don't want to hustle as much as John Glenn, and it shows with the score being 26 to 10 early in this game.
Brandon Millsap running the play for Amityville. Throws it out to Jones. Jones dribbles in as we have a kickball. Amityville possession. Lawhorn gets the ball in the backcourt. She's looking to pass. Swings it over to Jones. Jones inside to Tobin. Tobin loses the ball for a quick second. She picks it back up. She dribbles her in, and she makes the lefty floater. 26 to 12, 4:58 left in this second quarter. And Dynamite looks for the push, throws it into Palunki in the corner. Palunki head fakes, throws it into Moment. Moment out to Dynamite, and Dynamite shoots. She misses. Lawhorn gets the rebound. She slows it down a little bit. She pushes the ball now. Throws it into Millsap. Millsap can't handle the pass. We have another turnover from Amityville.
I feel like Jordan Tobin just needs to stay getting after it. 4 of her points actually have been from inside the paint, so maybe she should drive to the paint more.
Palunki has the ball. Swings it over to Dynamite. And Dynamite's being double teamed. Throws it over to Moment. And Dynamite shoots a 3. She misses again. And Dynamite is not having a good shooting day right now.
Taisha Billinger actually is, hit the floor a lot. She's been hustling, but on the offensive end, she just hasn't really been able to get after it. Her passes have been lazy. She hasn't been stepping to the ball, and she can't really get rebounds. She's just being really out hustled.
Fouls are a big problem in Amityville right now. They can't. Every time they make a bucket, they seem to send somebody to the line. So I think that Amityville needs to don't reach. That's it. Don't reach and put your hands up. Simple defense. Don't reach, put your hands up. Shout out to Home Team Hoops. Devontae Rickenbacker here with Anthony Adams at Amityville Memorial Gym. 26 to 12. 4:10 left in this second quarter as Taylor Lawhorn looks to be a little frustrated with the no calls on defense. John Gunn playing a little bit too aggressive right now. And Dynamite throws it over at the top of the key into Molman. Molman with the screen. And Dynamite's calling for it, looking to get free for a shot. Palunki swings it over as she's trapped. And Dynamite shoots, and she makes the bucket.
That's the third 3 for Indominites, and I just feel like Amityville really needs to close out on those threes better.
29 to 12, 3:30 left in this second quarter. Tobin inside. She head fakes as we have a travel on Tobin. Triple teamed inside. 2 people were open. Triple teamed inside. So that means 2 people were open.
They need to keep moving the ball more because Amityville's offense is really not clicking right now.
And Dynamite looks to get free on the corner as they find her. She drives in. She switches right. She moves left, and she misses the bucket. She gets her own offensive rebound. She's looking to shoot. Throws it over at the top as we have another 3 from Samantha Grunk. Samantha Gronk with the first shot of the day, and it's a tray ball. 32 to 12, 2:56 left in this for second quarter as Jordan Tobin is finally called. They finally call a foul inside.
These threes just keep falling for John Glenn, and it's just the same repetitive thing on the defensive end for Amityville. It's just you got to keep your hands up and stay man-to-man if you want to stop the threes from falling.
Jordan Tobin misses the first.
These free throws are key to Amityville because if your offense isn't flowing and you want to, stay in this game and maintain your composure, you got to hit your free throws because every point counts in this one.
Gonzalez checks in the game for a moment. Hamlet back in with 2 fouls as we have a rebound from Gonzalez. Gonzalez outlet pass to and Dynamite switches her hands as she's picked, but will still be awarded possession. John Glenn. As we have a screen to try to get and Dynamite's free on the outside. Shot up, misses. As we have another foul called on Amityville. Tobin not happy with that foul call.
Amityville is really just getting killed on the rebounds, and they're fouling too much, and they're in foul trouble already.
(32-12), 2:30 left in this first quarter. Taylor Lawhorn. She's looking for a foul. She doesn't get one. She's stripped as John Glenn will be awarded possession. I know I'm not a player coach, but I don't think this game is getting called fairly on either side. As Gonzalez makes the bucket for John Glenn. 34-12, 2:13 left in this second quarter. We have another turnover by Amityville. And Dynamite's screen looking for a shot. She shoots. She airballs. Tobin on the rebound. Hamlet pushes the ball up for Amityville. She goes into the corner.
There's a foul called on John Glenn, but as you can see, Amityville is getting frustrated. A lot of the no calls on them. So I feel like they just need to keep moving the ball and just not let it get to their heads.
Bronk, 2 fouls, comes out. Torzilli checks in for her. Lawhorn skies in for the rebound as she misses. As Jordan Tobin hits the deck hard and her head bounced up. She gets up.
Jordan Tobin at the line as she hits the floor hard, and she's a little shaken up right now, but hopefully she could hit her free throws for Amityville. She's been getting after it today, but it just needs to be more of a group effort for Amityville if they want to make a comeback late in this second quarter.
And Dynamites push the ball up for John Glenn. 34-14, 1:30 left in this first half. As Amityville playing a little bit better defense right now, as we have an errant shot from Palungi. Great defensive. Hamlet, in and out. Billinger inside, on the outside to Lawhorn. Lawhorn stops, she pops, she shoots, she misses. Hamlet brings the ball back out, crosses, throws up a floater as she makes it lefty off the glass. 34-16, 53 seconds left in the first half. 27 seconds left on the shot clock. And Dynamite, she crosses over. She brings it back out, throws it over towards Zilly. Towards Zilly, errant pass. As Polunky gets the ball back, she stops her dribble. She throws it out to Torzilli. Torzilli inside to Muller. Muller shoots. She airballs. As we have Amityville awarded possession. Amityville seems to be a little bit more energetic at the last seconds of this half.
And as you see in the last play, Shy Hamlet getting after it with her crafty dribbles and her handles, and she just needs to do more of that. She needs to be more aggressive and use her handles to get past defenders.
Hamlet inside, throws it back out to Tobin. Tobin looking for Hamlet. 20 seconds left in this first half. Lawhorn pulls it back out. She's looking to create. She stops. She shoots. She makes the bucket. 34-18. 7 seconds left in this first half. And Dynamite, she's looking to shoot as we have another foul called on Hamlet. That's her third foul of the game. 15th foul of the quarter. 34-18. 2 seconds left in the second quarter. Alyssa Dynamite makes the bucket.
Shy Hamlet needs to, watch where her hands go and make sure she doesn't foul too much because they need her in this game if Amityville wants to maintain a comeback.
And Dynamite misses the first. As Amityville will end the half down 35-18 as we will take a short break here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, it is I, Brian Canales, and I'm here to report to you live from the Amityville Broadcasting Network. I am here at halftime during the Lady Warriors game against the John Glenn Knights. Right now, it is a score of 35-18 with the John Glenn Knights up. Things got a little physical to start with this game. Alyssa Adomite, number 23 for the John Glenn Knights, she drawed up a quick foul and was able to make both of her free throws. And afterwards, Jordan Tobin was able to make a great finish layup up at the paint. And then from there, I don't know what happened. Number 22 from John Glenn, Madison Molman and Alyssa Adomaites, they just completely took over this game. And Alyssa herself scored 17 of the team's first 24 points of the game. That is crazy. And Madison has followed up her own with a 14-point effort so far. And God Almighty,
I have no idea what has gone into this Warriors defense, but they better step it up now, or else they're gonna be falling behind this entire game for God knows how long. And right now, it doesn't look too good for the Amityville Warriors. Taylor Lawhorn, she currently has 8 points. It's a pretty good effort, but what's been lacking so far is Amityville hasn't been able to contribute to everyone on the team. There's only been Taylor and Jordan. Like I said in the pregame show, you're gonna need everybody from your team to make an effort and put up points and do everything they can as a team. And so far, they haven't been able to do that. And the same could be said for John Glenn. Two primary scorers have been Alyssa and Madison, but then again, they know how to play with each other, and they know where to find a pass, where to find an open shooter, and how to communicate with each other, both on the offensive and defensive sides of the game. And that's what Amityville lacks, and what is lacking so far. I'm pretty sure Coach Sharice Wright is very upset with the team's defensive effort and overall inability to create up-tempo offense game like I recommended in the pregame show. Like I said, you got to be aggressive, and that's what the John Glenn Knights have done so far. Every time that they took the ball up to Amityville side of the court, they looked to drive to the paint, and that created a lot of foul trouble for Amityville. Jordan Tobin already has 3 fouls already, and it's already halftime. So 2 more, and she's already gonna get she's gonna look to sit on the bench. Point guard Shia Hamlet, she had already gotten 2 fouls already within the first 5 minutes of the first quarter, making her sit out until 2 minutes left within the second quarter. You got to learn when and when not to try and take a reach for the ball. And so far, Amityville's not playing their game right now. They look completely lost on both sides of the game, and they need to find a solution now, or they're gonna have to look back and see what went wrong, because nothing is going right for them as of this moment. In the first quarter, actually, the John Glenn Knights went on a run of 17-0 in 1 quarter. That cannot happen under no circumstances. I don't care how good of a team you are. No disrespect to John Glenn, but you cannot allow that to happen. And that just goes to show that Amityville isn't in the gym tonight. I'm sorry to say that, and they need to scratch their brains and figure out what is going wrong, because right now nothing is working, and they need to find a plan B, because plan A has not been working at all in this first half. And to finish off the second quarter, Amityville was able to finish off with a 8-1 run, which is a little bit of a spark, which I hope created. And Taylor Lawhorn, she's been fierce out there. She's been showing gratitude, and she's been battling like a true lady warrior, and that's what you want out of your players. And I'm pretty sure Sharice Wright has told all her players right now in that locker room that, hey, we can still come back from this. No matter what the score and deficit is, as if you play Lady Warrior basketball, you are always in the game, no matter who you are playing against. And so far, man, it's been a game that has shook a lot of heads, because we all expected it to be a high scoring game, and with a score of 35-18, John Glenn Knights are up. It looks like this one's gonna be a blowout, but no assumptions can be made. Amityville can make a spark in the second half if they figure out what problems that they were facing in the first half and later resolve those issues quickly in the second half, if they can do that. In fact, John Glenn has been able to do everything they can. They've been able to get their shooters open. They've been able to create plays for one another, and that's an inability Amityville has so far. And obviously, as you can see, just with 18 points up through 2 quarters, you're not going to win no ball games like that if you're only going to put up 18 points. And, overall, it shows that, the momentum has been all on John Glenn's side, and it shows no signs of them losing it. And Amityville, they're going to have to do something, or, like I said, they're going to be walking home with their heads down tonight. The score is 35-18. I'm Brian Canales. I'm here at the halftime show, and I'm going to step aside and move you to Josh Fields with an in-game sports update.
I'm Joshua Fields, and this is your in-game sports update. Good news for the Warriors and their fans. Cousins is back. That's right. DeMarcus Cousins will play for the Warriors tonight against the Clippers. Cousins
is returning from an Achilles injury, and the reception from the people has been nothing but excitement. Steve Kerr, the head coach of the Golden State Warriors, can be quoted in saying, "We're going to be unbeatable or in big trouble." Hopefully for the Golden State Warriors, it isn't the latter. I'm Joshua Fields, and this has been your in-game sports update.
Thank you very much, Josh. My bad. Thank you very much, Josh. I appreciate that. Coming into this one, wrapping up the halftime show for you guys. Alyssa and Madison, girls, you guys keep doing what you're doing. You guys are having a great game. But AV Warriors, these girls need to show some fight back in order to, hope for a comeback in the second half here. It is a score of 35-18. John Glenn Knights are up right now, and like I said before, the John Glenn Knights are taking over this gym, and overall this entire game, they took the lead and haven't lost it since then. And Jordan Tobin, she took a hard hit on the floor, shooting a shot and getting into a foul, and I hope she's okay. And Taylor and Jordan have been the only people to contribute to the team so far, other than Shia, who has 3 points. And it's been a all-out, pretty much one-sided game so far. Madison Molman, she's taking over the team right now. She's made 3 out of 4 three-pointers so far, and clearly she is not scared to shoot that stroke. And Alyssa Adomaides, she's just playing her game right now, and she's doing everything she's done so to, lead the John Glenn Knights to what looks like a very high-scoring game for them right now. Good job, Alyssa. And everyone on the Amityville side of the bleachers is very quiet right now. They're over here questioning like what is going on, and myself are quite confused. You would have thought that Amityville, this would have been a close contest. Knowing that they are known for their tenacious defense, and right now, John Glenn is just running circles to them. All right. I'm Brian Canales here at during the halftime show. It is a score of 35-18. The John Glenn Knights are up. It has been my pleasure of talking to you during this halftime show, and I'm going to send it over back to Devontae Rickenbacker and Anthony Adams.
It's time for Warriors basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
Welcome back to the Fred Williams Memorial Gymnasium here. Matt Grice with Anthony Adams as we get started here at the second half. The Warriors find themselves in quite a deficit right now as they're losing to John Glenn 35-18, 7:42 to go in the third quarter. To get things started, 3-pointer from the corner. It hits, and the foul on the floor. A chance for a 4-point play for John Glenn.
Amityville still even in the second half, just coming in, they just can't get out to the 3-point shooters of John Glenn, and that's going to keep killing them in this game if they don't put a hand up.
So Molman completes the 4-point play, 39-18, 7:38 to go here in the third quarter. Amityville brings the ball up the court, far corner. Here's a 3-pointer, and it's good. A quick hit from Dominique Jones, and Amityville answers right back, 39-21, 7:26 to go. Glenn with the ball, near side baseline, dribbling right, sends it back to the top, left wing. Molman puts up the long 3, and she drills it. So John Glenn will not give Amityville a break. 42-21, as John Glenn has doubled up the Warriors. Just over 7 minutes to go here in the third. Warriors trying to keep it going. In the paint, puts up a left-handed shot and hits. Tobin with the left-handed floater. Amityville has to get back on defense. 42-23, just under 7 to play here in the third. Glenn has it, passes it around the world. Puts up a shot from the left block. No good, air ball. Tobin with the rebound.
Both offenses seem like they're clicking right now. They're shooting at a high percentage, and they're moving the ball very well.
Amityville goes around the world. Another long three-pointer rims out, and the rebound is pulled down by Mullen. 42-23, 6:30 to go in the third. Here's a three-pointer from the far corner. It's strong. Rebound pulled down by the Warriors. Longhorn will bring the ball up the court. 42-23, just over 6 to play.
Longhorn needs to be more of a facilitator. You go a better chance in the second half.
Longhorn dribbles right, kicks it back out left. Tobin with the 15-footer. No good. Rebound fought for underneath. Loose ball in the corner, out of bounds. Tobin's head hits the bleachers, and it's going to be out against Amityville. So Glenn gets the ball back, leading 42-23, 6:03 to go in the third.
And as Jordan hits the deck, it's a good sign to see her being aggressive, because that's what Amityville needs in this second half.
Molman has it, sends it around to Adamites. Back in the paint to Molman. Goes up. Ball rims around and falls, giving Glenn the 44-23 lead.
It's just not good for Amityville's defense right now. Amityville's defense looks shaky, and John Glenn is having their way.
Three-pointer air ball. And you can see right now Dominic Jones forcing that ball up from the corner. His Amityville trails 44-23, 5:29. We have a whistle on the floor. Warriors will inbound from underneath their own basket.
She really needs to take more high percentage shots instead of contested ones.
Millsap kicks it in, left wing. Longhorn drives in the lane, puts up a floater off the glass, too strong. Glenn with the rebound. 5:19 to go, 44-23 Warriors well behind. Ball gets tipped away. Glenn gets it back. Right wing. Adamantes goes in with the shot. No good. We get a foul on the floor. And Glenn will head back to the free throw line. A foul's called on Jordan Tobin. And we're back to the theme that we saw in the first half here, Anthony, where the Warriors were committing a lot of fouls and giving Glenn free opportunities from the line.
Yeah, they're really not putting their hands up and doing what the coach is screaming to them. Just hands up and don't foul. And even though they can't stop them from scoring, they're giving them chances at the free throw line as well.
Gonzalez misses the first free throw. Second attempt is up. No good. And a rebound pulled down by Glenn, but Longhorn fights for it in the paint with Molman. We get a jump ball, and Glenn will retain possession under their own basket. 44-23, 5:02 to go in the third. Inbound pass in the paint, tipped by Tobin, and we get another whistle as the ball goes back out of bounds. We'll try it again here. 27 seconds on the shot clock. Glenn trying to get the ball in. Molman has it, corner. Playing catch. Molman swings it around. Top of the key now, it's Adamates. Molman puts up the three-pointer from the left wing. Air ball out of bounds. This time it goes to the Warriors. 44-23, 4:51 to play in the third.
And John Glenn is just letting these threes fly, and although they aren't making some, the ones that they do make is just hurting Amityville's chances of making a comeback even more.
Jones double team, plays catch with Longhorn, bottom of the circle, sends it left side. Pass over to Longhorn. In between the circles now. Once again, double team. Longhorn trying to take over by herself. Drives in the paint. Won't go. Rebound pulled down by Glenn. Gonzalez gets the rebound. Glenn reestablishes. 4:27 to go. 44-23. Glenn in the lead. Here's a three-pointer from the near corner. And Adamates misses. Longhorn has it. Right wing. Passes it inside to Billinger. Back to Longhorn. Longhorn drives, finds Tobin in the paint, puts up the shot, no good. And we get a foul on Glenn, and that will send Jordan Tobin to the line. 44-23, 4:06 to go here in the third.
Although this foul was called on John Glenn has been uncalled for on almost most fouls in this game. So the Amityville's coach is really seeming frustrated, and so are the players, and you can see it on their faces.
First free throw rims around and falls as we get a substitute. Gonzalez comes out of the ball game, and entering is Gabby Adredici. For those of you just joining us here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network, Devontae Rickenbacker not feeling too well, but he'll be okay, so we're stepping in for him. As the second free throw doesn't go, 44-24. Glenn has it, pushes the tempo back to the other side of the court. Top of the key now in the corner. It's Adamades. She hits the shot.
Amityville really isn't closing down on these 3-pointers from John Glennon. They're just giving them easy open looks.
44-27, under 4 to play here in the third. Amityville try to force a pass into Jordan Tobin. It won't go. And Mullen slows things down as she brings the ball up the court. 46-27. Glenn in front. There's a shot with the right hand. It won't go for Adamades. Warriors get the rebound. Longhorn brings the ball up the court. 47-24, 3:29 to go here in the third quarter. And we get a timeout, Amityville, as Coach wants to talk things over.
And before the time end, you could see the frustration on the Amityville coach's head. She keeps screaming, hands up, hands up. Amityville is not putting their hands up, and sometimes when they do, they put their hands out, and it's a foul. So
Maybe we should get the theme song going here. Hands up, baby, hands up. Let's get that playing here. Amityville's been aggressive defensively, but it's led to a lot of fouls, and I think you're right. It's about hand placement, and it's about making sure you're not hand checking, you're not pushing. And as a result, what you see here is a game that actually started out close. I felt that Amityville started this game playing toe-to-toe with John Glenn, with the Knights, and very slowly, because of some big threes, some fouls, some free throws, John Glenn pulled away.
yeah, John Glenn is just they're wreaking havoc out there on the offensive and defensive end, and Amityville just really can't stop it with driving to the paint, offensive and defensive boards, and just shooting the lights out with the three.
In this game, it seemed like when Glenn shoots, the ball's the size of a golf ball going into that basket, but when the Warriors are taking shots, it's like the size of a watermelon, and it's just not going in. 47-23, 3:26 to go here in the third. Warriors with the ball in between the circles, sends it around in the paint, low blocks, puts up a shot, and hits. Jordan Tobin with the left hand, cutting into this deficit. 47-25, 3:14 to go in the third. Glenn has it in between the circles, pass around the world, 3-point put up, too strong, rebound under the basket, and another offensive rebound by Glenn as Gabby Adernici puts it back for two. 49-25, under 3 to go in the third. Long three-pointer and drains it. Great shot for the Warriors, answering back 49-25, 28, 2:46 to go. And another three-pointer, this time from Glenn. It won't go. Tobin with the rebound. And you have to wonder, as Samantha Gruck takes the three, does Glenn want to keep this pace going, or they want to slow things down since they have a big lead? 49-28, 3 for Amityville, won't go. Tobin fighting for the rebound in the paint. She can't get it. Molman pulls it down. She brings the ball up court, in between the circles. Kicks it to the left side, now to the low baseline. Back to Molman. Top of the key. Glenn has it in between the circles. Adamades drives in the lane, goes up with the left hand, and she's fouled by Tobin. Shot doesn't go, but going to the free throw line to shoot a pair will be Alyssa Adamades. 49-28, 2:11 to go in the third.
And speaking about the pace of John Glenn right now, they're just Amityville is almost conforming to the pace of John Glenn, and they're chucking up threes when they're not really a 3-point shooting team, and they should really be crashing the boards and just driving into the paint more, because that's what they've been efficient in their recent wins.
Adamades drills the second free throw. Picking up where she left off last year, she dropped 30 points on the Warriors when she faced off against them last season. 51-28, just over 2 to play in the third. Warriors have it in the corner. It's Longhorn. Finds Tobin. Tobin driving in the paint. Ball gets tipped around. Billinger has it. Kicks it back out. Left wing. Top of the key. And we get a foul on the court. It's going to be called against the Warriors. An offensive foul on Amityville. And it gives the ball right back to Glenn. .23 points for Alyssa Adamades as she leads her team down the court. Free throw line, puts up a shot, no good. Longhorn can't handle the rebound. Molman has it, kicks it back out to Adamades, top of the key. Drives in the lane, finds a player in the corner. Glenn playing around the world with the basketball, good movement. Looking for an open look. Warriors staying with them defensively. Double team, corner three, won't go. Rebound pulled down by Tobin. And Samantha Grark backs off as the Warriors bring the ball up the court. 51-28. Minute 18 to go in the third. Warriors have it. Throws cross-court pass now down low to Billinger. Billinger loses the handle, and it goes out of bounds, but that will be off of a Knight player, so the Warriors will retain possession. 18 on the shot clock. 1:13 on the game clock here in the third. Longhorn takes the inbound pass. Near side, drives, middle of the court, forces up a shot. and she draws a foul. Longhorn goes to the court after foul is committed by Allison Pelkinen. 51-28. Knights over the Warriors. 1:09 to go here in the third.
Alyssa Adamades, she's controlling she's controlling the tempo. She's shooting threes. She's being a facilitator for her team, and she's really the main focal point why they have such a big lead on Amityville right now.
Longhorn misses a pair. She has 7 points on the game. 51-28. Knights in the lead, approaching the 1 minute mark here in the third quarter. Molman hands it over in the corner for a three-pointer. Won't go. Warriors pull down the rebound and will reestablish. 55 seconds to go. 51-28 here in the third. Warriors driving in the lane. No good. And Glenn gets the ball back. Adamades kicks it. Left side. Slowing things down. Molman, top of the key. Pelkinen has it. Now sends it back to Andriachi. Glenn, with 8 seconds left on the shot clock, throws up a shot. It won't go. They get their own rebound. Now the shot clock's turned off. 20 seconds to go here in the third. And the ball goes out of bounds and score 51-28. What that did right there, Anthony, is now it allows Glenn to take the last shot of the third.
Yeah, that's not good for Amityville because right now they're down by 23, and they would, if they got that rebound, they would have another possession to put some more points on the board.
Millsap out of the game. Hamlet back in. 13 seconds here. Floater rolls around and falls. 53-28. 8 seconds to go. Warriors are going to have to rush it down the court. Hamlet has it. Bottom of the circle. Puts up a long three-pointer, and it's off the backboard. No good. As time runs out, Billinger had the offensive rebound and couldn't get the shot to go. So after 3 here at the Fred Williams Memorial Gymnasium, the Warriors find themselves in a pretty big hole. Scores 53-28. We are going to take a quick break here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network and get a sports update with the one and only Josh Fields.
I'm Joshua Fields, and this is your in-game sports update. Duke will face up against Virginia Cavaliers tomorrow at 6 o'clock. People are ready for this fierce matchup between the two great teams. However, after Duke's loss to Syracuse, many are skeptical on whether the Blue Devils could pull off the win. Even with Zion's great skill, Duke was still handed the 95-91 loss against Syracuse, not to mention the injury of Trey Jones of Duke. Hopefully the Devils can find their footing before Virginia can expose their weaknesses. I'm Joshua Fields, and this has been your in-game sports update.
Three quarters in the books here at the Fred Williams Memorial Gymnasium on the campus of Amityville High School. The Warriors find themselves in a huge hole against the John Glenn Knights. 53-29 with 8 to play in the game. I'm Matt Grice, joined by Anthony Adams. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. Amityville has a lot of ground to make up, and certainly this is not going to be easy.
Yeah, we see here John Glenn has just been closing there well, offensively and defensively. So for Amityville's sake, hopefully they could, control the tempo and get some offense.
Hamlet, top of the key, throws it right side, bounce pass in the paint, tipped away, stolen by Glenn. Glenn brings the ball up the floor now. A long three-pointer, won't go, hits the rim, and goes over the basket. It looks like coach isn't too happy, perhaps slow the tempo down a little bit here.
Yeah, you don't want to You don't want to keep the tempo that fast because it gives Amityville a better chance of coming back with more possessions.
Few seconds in here in the fourth quarter, 53-29. Knights in the lead. Warriors have it. Tobin puts up a 10-footer. It's short and goes out of bounds, so Glenn will get the ball back. 53-29, 7:28 to go in the fourth. Adamides, 24 points. She hands it over to Gonzalez. And Longhorn picks the pocket of Adamides, but Adamides gets it right back and a fresh shot clock. Adamides has it left wing, kicks it back in between the circles. It's McMullen. Pelican has it. We get a whistle on the floor and a timeout for John Glenn. 17 seconds on the shot clock, and Glenn is up 53-29, 7-1 to go in the fourth.
And going into the timeout, let's just look at the leading scores here. Madison Molman with 25 points and Alyssa Adamides with 24. Those two players are just single-handedly willing this team to victory. They're shooting threes, they're getting open looks, they're facilitating, and they almost have literally all of their team's points. So good for them.
Head coach Sean McGinty of the John Glenn Knights talking over with his team a plan of what to do moving forward. And you have to wonder, will they keep the pace up? Will they keep shooting the threes and try to just cause more space, or run this clock down and get out of here?
Yeah, I feel like he's stressing that they want to slow down the pace because he doesn't want Amityville even coming close to their lead right now, as we're in the fourth quarter with 7 minutes left. They want as least possessions for Amityville as they can right now. So he wants efficient offense and don't just shoot threes and keep the tempo as fast as they have been.
53-29, just under 7 to play here in the game. Glenn has the ball, inbounds right in front of us, top of the key. It's the captain, Adamides. She has it in between the circles, dribbles right side, kicks it out far corner to Molman. Molman sends it back around to Gonzalez. Gonzalez tries to force a pass into the paint, scramble for the ball. Tobin tries to fight, and so does Longhorn. And we get a shot clock violation, so the Warriors will get the ball back, trailing 53-29, 6:42 to go.
That's not a bad sign for John Glenn either, as they are taking what their coach said into consideration with slowing down the tempo.
Gonzalez takes a seat for Glenn as Adarici comes in the game. Tobin has it, low block. She dribbles back out to the far corner. Billinger tries to force a pass back to the top of the key. Hamlet has it now, near side wing. Looking to force a pass to Longhorn. It doesn't go. And Glenn has the ball back. 53-29, 6:19 to go in the fourth quarter. We get a whistle on the floor, and it appears Amityville retained possession.
Yeah. The turnovers for actually both teams has just been crazy. They're not moving the ball correctly, and their passes have been very lazy tonight for both teams.
Hamlet in between the circle, picks up her dribble. Now it's Billinger. Billinger has it, left block. Back to Hamlet. Hamlet in the paint, puts up the shot with the left hand. Won't go. Tobin brings down the rebound. Longhorn with the three-pointer. Not strong enough. But Tobin, another offensive rebound. Finds Longhorn again. Longhorn dribble in the paint. Up with the right hand. Won't go. Tobin with the rebound with the left hand. And she hits. 53-31 with 5:45 to go in the game.
Yeah, Tobin with 3 offensive rebounds right there. Maybe if she, would have done that the whole game and got some help from her teammates, they would not be in this hole right now.
Adamides puts up a shot from the free throw line. Short, loose ball under the paint. Taylor Longhorn with the rebound. She brings the ball up the court. Pressure by Adamides. Taking it all the way herself. Fakes a pass. Up with the right hand, and it's good. Taylor Longhorn cuts into this night lead. It's 53-33 with 5:17 to go.
Amityville with a few bright spots from Taylor Longhorn and Jordan Tobin. They're 2 captains, and they just got to keep that tempo if they want to have a chance in this late game.
Glenn has it. Adamides near corner. Drives in the lane, under the basket. Puts up a shot. Contact, no foul. And the ball goes out of bounds. And it's Amityville basketball. 53-33 Warriors trailing by 20. Just under 5 to play here in the fourth.
Amityville with the ball, and you just see they're looking to push the tempo, which John Glenn has done the rest of the game, the first 3 quarters. So
Longhorn left wing finds Hamlet in the paint, goes up for the shot, blocked, contact under the basket. We get a whistle, and a foul is called on John Glenn. Hamlet will go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws, as it looks like Molman is called for the foul. 4:44 to go here in the game, 53-33. Knights in the lead.
And as Shy Hamlet's at the line, she's a great shooter and ball handler, and she needs to use that and maybe put up a couple more 3-pointers to even give them a chance in this late comeback try.
First free throw doesn't fall. Second free throw is up and perfect. 53-34, 4:44 to go here in the game. Glenn brings the ball up the court. It's Adamides. She's trying to do it all herself in between the circles. Now left wing. Started by Jones. Good pressure, good defense by the Warriors. Jones hits the floor, and we get a whistle and a foul on the floor.
You see the coach from Amityville stressing, help her up. You always want to make sure that your teammates are okay in this game and be a helpful hand. Your teammates are your sisters in this one.
Dominic Jones called for the defensive foul. Glenn inbounds it right in front of us here on the baseline. Kicks it to Molman in between the circles. Guarded by Longhorn. Molman moves right. Handoff. Adamites. She comes left wing. Dribbles. Baseline. Under the basket. Puts up a shot. Won't go. Trinity with the rebound. Jordan Tobin with the rebound. Trinity would be her twin sister, who is not in this game tonight. Shia Hamlet has it. Left wing. Drives in the lane. Tries to put up a shot, loses the handle, finds Tobin. Tobin double team, kicks it back out. Far baseline, Hamlet. Hamlet finds Longhorn, left wing. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Longhorn with a long three-pointer, air ball, caught under the basket by Tobin. She goes back up with it, and we get a foul on the floor. 53-34, 3:49 to go here in the fourth quarter, and Tobin Tobin goes to the line to shoot a pair.
And as you see on that recent play, Shia Hamlet with the ball, she just breaks the defender's ankles, and the crowd is screaming. They're getting into this. Just shoot the ball.
Tobin hits the free throw, 53-35. 3:49 to go here in the fourth quarter. Crowd quiet here at the Fred Williams Memorial Gymnasium as Tobin gets set for the second free throw. And drills it, 2 for 2. 53-36. Knights in the lead, 3:48 to go.
And
Adamites has the ball.
And as
left
we
wing.
talked earlier, Jordan Tobin at the free throw line.
Adamites forces up a shot. Contact in the paint. And a foul is called. And Adamites will go to the free throw line. Good pressure from the Warrior defense. Oh, they actually say the foul occurred before she went up with the shot. So Glenn inbound underneath the Warrior basket, trying to get the ball. And good defense from the Warriors, good pressure. And they find Adamites in the left wing. Guarded by Jones. Pick set. Adamites dribbling in the lane. Crossover. Kicks it back out. Left wing. In the lane. Long three-pointer in the corner. Too strong. Rebound underneath. Pulled down by Glenn. Shot won't go. Longhorn gets the ball. 53-36. Just over 3 minutes to go. Third quarter. Longhorn taking it herself. Goes up with the left hand from the right side. Gets the finger roll, and it's good. 53-38. 3:10 to go here in the fourth. Adamites slowing down the tempo. Bottom of the circle. Guarded by Jones. Drives in the lane. Ball strip. We get a whistle. And a foul.
Great offense and defense by Amityville down the stretch here in this game. The crowd's getting into it, and everybody's getting hyped for what could be an Amityville comeback.
It's going to be really tough as time has become the enemy of the Warriors. Dominic Jones called for the foul as the first free throw by Alyssa Adamites will not go. 53-38, just under 3 to play in the game.
The 15-point for John Glenn is the once 20-point lead for John Glenn is slowly diminishing, and as Amityville has the ball, they look to push the tempo.
Second free throw falls, 54-38, 2:49 and counting here in the fourth. Hamlet kicks it over to Jones. Jones sends it underneath, left low, blocks Billinger. Shot won't go, and Glenn pulls down the defensive board. 2:40 to go, 54-38, Knights in the lead. Bottom of the circle, it's Adamites. Takes it herself, left wing, now left baseline, goes up with a shot with the right hand. It's good, but they're saying the foul occurred before, no, they're counting the basket and the foul. So a chance for a 3-point play here for Adamites.
And ouch, that just hurts Amityville's comeback efforts, as they're now down by 18 and 19 with the free throw made.
3-point play is completed, 57-38, 2:30 to go. And that's actually the fourth foul on Jordan Tobin, which is a key player for the Warriors. She's getting called for a lot of fouls, Anthony, because I think she's just been so aggressive under the basket trying to fight for those rebounds.
Yeah, I feel like she's been a little too aggressive and one of the only aggressors here for Amityville. And she just really hasn't gotten help from a lot of her other teammates. And she's been a workhorse down there trying to do it all herself, but it just turned out into fouls for her.
Adamites completes the 3-point play after hitting the free throw. She has 27 points on the night, so she's putting up a big day. And as we mentioned before, She dropped 30 on the Warriors last season. A lot of work here for Amityville as time's winding down. You figure this game's probably out of reach at this point, but you would think that the coach wants to see a good effort as they finish up.
Yeah, the coach really wants to see a good effort from her players, and she just wants them to keep pushing the tempos and don't let their foot off the gas, because you never want to do that in games.
Matt Grice, Anthony Adams here with you on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. We are just under 2.5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Warriors trail 57-38 to the John Glenn Knights, as Jordan Tobin double teamed in the low blocks and draws a whistle here, draws a foul. Oh no, they call a travel on Jordan Tobin as she was pivoting, trying to make a play. So good defense caused that.
Yeah. And as Jordan Tobin is in the post, she just needs to look for an open teammate sooner.
2 to go here as Glenn drives in the lane, up with the shot with the left hand, won't go. Tobin the rebound as Adamides falls short, and Longhorn will bring the ball up. We're under 2 minutes here in the fourth quarter, 57-38, Knights lead. Hamlet drives in the lane, puts up a shot, won't go. Hamlet gets her own rebound, second chance, too strong off the glass, and Glenn has it back. 1:45 to go, 57-38. Glenn in the lead. Adamides has it in between the circles, guarded by Jones, picks up her dribble, finds Molman, right side, dribbles in the lane, puts up a shot off the rim, won't go, and Tobin with another rebound. Hands off to Longhorn. Longhorn pushing the tempo, trying to find Hamlet. Pass is tipped, and out of bounds. Warriors will retain possession, 57-38 with 89 seconds to go in the ball game.
You see Amityville just getting frustrated. 1 minute, 29 seconds left to go, and they just realize there's no hope left, but the coach still wants to see them just play through it.
Hamlet in the lane. Hamlet thinks that he was fouled going up with the shot, but the officials say that the ball goes out of bounds off Hamlet, so Glenn will get possession underneath their own basket. 1:23 to play. 57-38, Knights with the lead, and Adamides taking her time bringing up the court. Now she pushes the tempo. Has it left wing, guarded by Jones. Pick a set. Drives in the lane, up with the shot, no good. Rebound Glenn, and the follow-through goes in. Samantha Gork, 1:06 to go, 59-38, Knights in the lead. 1 minute and counting. Warriors trying to get a few more points before this is out. Tobin with the shot off the top of the backboard, too strong. Loose ball. Hamlet has it. Back for the Warriors. Steps behind the three-point line. Left wing shot won't go. And rebound pulled down by Molman. Glenn has it. 44 seconds in the game. 59-38.
And as you see, Jordan Tobin just still fighting for offensive rebounds, even with less than 40 seconds left in the game. Just never takes her foot off the gas.
Adamides dribbles left, passes right. Top of the key now as Michelle Torzilli has entered the game. Glenn putting a couple subs in. Ball stolen away by Tobin. 23 seconds to go. Shot clock is turned off. 59-38. Knights in the lead. And we get a whistle on the floor. A foul is called on John Glenn.
And as the coach runs out on the court, Dominique Jones just falls, and seems like her right knee is in pain. Right leg, actually. And the trainer's out there now to go and take a look at what's happening, but that just tells that she's been aggressive, and even though in a tough loss to be for Amityville, she's also been a bright spot, and she's just been aggressive. Here's a look at Amityville's upcoming games. The boys varsity basketball team faces off in Miller Place today at 4:30 in a quest to continue their winning streaks. Then next Thursday they go up against Sayville as well.
Should be fun. We'll have some of those games right here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. Our next broadcast will be next Thursday as the boys team is back in action. That game originally slated for yesterday, rescheduled for next Thursday. 22.2 seconds to go here in the game. 59-38. John Glenn in the lead. They built their lead early on in the first half. And although Amityville has pretty much kept up with the Knights in the second half, they haven't really been able to chop into that lead. And as a result, Amityville finds themselves in an insurmountable deficit. We'll have to see how they finish up here as the Warriors will have the ball inbounding right in front of their bench, near sidelines by midcourt. I figure Amityville will put up the last shot. Pass goes backcourt to Hamlet, crosses the timeline, sends it left side. Back to Hamlet. Hamlet has it, bottom of the circle. 13 seconds and counting. Adamides guards her. Sends it over to Millsap. Millsap finds Longhorn. 7 seconds. Longhorn tries to drive in lane. Steps back. Puts up a long shot. Too strong. Rebound pulled down by Molman. And time expires here in Amityville as the Warriors fall to the John Glenn Knights by a final of 59-38. This game was a battle for the Warriors going up against the best team in their league. They started out well the first couple of minutes, fell behind late in the first quarter, and the second quarter is where John Glenn really kind of buried the Warriors. You have to give Amityville credit for keeping up with Glenn in the second half, but ultimately at the end of the day, they just couldn't come back from that deficit.
Yeah, John's Glenn offense and defense was just way too powerful, and especially the three ball. The three ball was the key in this game for John Glenn, and they just made so many of them. Amityville was not able to keep up with the offensive powerhouse that is John Glenn. So they end up 11-0 now in the as a league record for John Glenn, and Amityville, unfortunately for them, falls to 4-7 and hurts their case with the run to the playoffs. The score was 57-38. John Glenn comes out with the W, and it was a hard-fought game for both teams, and you got to give credit to Amityville for the fight that they put up, but John Glenn, you got to give them even more credit for their not the lack of non-ball movement, but they just moved the ball really well. The ball handlers did what they needed to do, and especially the shooters, they knocked down their threes, and that's what helped John Glenn win the game today.
You certainly can't question the Warriors' effort. They battled hard. They were out-muscled. They were outscored today. Fouls were definitely a major issue for Amityville, and I think you have to credit their aggressive defense, but they, at the end of the day, just simply couldn't match the aggressiveness of the Knights. So, Warriors fall by a final of 57-38. Don't go anywhere, though. We have our post-game show coming up with Brian Canales. But before we send it to him, just final thoughts, Anthony, and what Warriors have to do to have a better showing the next time out.
Well, the Amityville Warriors, of course, they have to have better ball movement for them. They have to shoot the ball at a better percentage, and they have to crash more boards. And they also have to focus on driving the ball into the paint more if they know they don't have an open shot. And just, once again, keep a hand up and don't foul. Guard the perimeter shooters.
For Anthony Adams and Devontae Rickenbacker, this is Matt Grice saying thanks for listening as the Amityville Warriors fall to the John Glenn Knights by a final of 57-38. Don't go anywhere as we have the post-game show with Brian Canales coming up now on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
What happened? My what?
This is the Warriors basketball halftime show on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brian Canales, and I'm here to provide you with the post-game show of the Amityville Broadcasting Network. We just watched the Amityville Lady Warriors lose by a score of 57-38 against the John Glenn Knights. This one, since the start, was a one-sided game, and it was a one-sided victory for John Glenn. They started out and came hot. They did what they needed to do. They made their shots. They were able to overall play a well-played game of the game. And, Amityville just wasn't able to match that same power and momentum that John Glenn had. And, early in the first quarter, we had Jordan and Shia Hamlet catch on early with foul trouble with 2 fouls, and we weren't able to see much action from Shia until the end of the second quarter, and that really dampened the momentum that the team was trying to find, and overall it killed like the whole energy that Amityville was trying to keep throughout the entirety of this game. Alisa Adamides, she killed. There's nothing more I can say. She did her job. She led the team in scoring with 27 points. And Gabby Adirachi, my mistake. She had 2 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. She did what she needed to do as well. And Madison Moldman, like I said, every person on the John Glenn Knights team did what they needed to do. Madison put up 24 points with 4 rebounds and 2 assists. That's why I said at the earlier of the pregame show. In order to come out and get a win, you need a team effort from everybody. And as you can see, John Glenn was just able to find playmakers, and they were able to create plays for one another, and overall just attack and put points up on the board. And that's how they were able to win this game tonight. For much of the night, Amityville was really lost offensively. They couldn't really find a way to score, and there wasn't much to be to fight for. They lost their defensive aggressiveness, and overall, it was easier to score on them than most people would have thought of. It was a very disappointing loss for the Amityville Lady Warriors. They hope to rebound back against the Sable girls basketball team, and it's a pretty devastating loss for the girls varsity team, and we hope that Coach Sharice White helps figure out the problems on offense and defense, because the way they're going now, they're gonna fall out of the playoff window. And I'm gonna step aside here to bring you to Josh Fields with an in-game sports update.
I'm Joshua Fields, and this is your post-game sports update. In local news, the Amityville boys and girls track team will face off against 8 different schools this week for a league title. The meet will be held on Saturday at 7 o'clock for the boys and the same time for the girls on Sunday. The meet will be held at Suffolk Community College. The meet will also contain some of the best runners in the county. Both teams feel that they have a good chance of gaining a league title. Now, unfortunately here, as you saw tonight, the girls varsity team couldn't come out with the win, but hopefully both teams, girls and boys, the track can walk away with titles they desire for their hometown. I'm Joshua Fields, and this has been your post-game sports update.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is once again Brian Canales here from the Amityville Broadcasting Network. I'm right here at the Fred Williams Gymnasium, where the Amityville Lady Warriors took a loss today against the John Glenn Knights by a score of 57-38. Much of this game was very offensively up-tempoed by the John Glenn Knights. Something that Amityville hasn't really been able to defend much well this year. And as you can see, Alyssa Adamides and Madison Moman were the players of the game. Alyssa Adamides had 27 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. And Madison Moman, she had 24 points, 2 rebounds, and 4 assists. And overall, they played their game. These are the 2 high scoring females on the basketball team for John Glenn, and clearly they proved tonight. They're in that position, because they find ways to score to the bucket, and they create ways to not only get themselves open and create shots, but also find ways to get their teammates open. And overall, a team dynamic was well shown tonight against Amityville, and Amityville just simply wasn't able to answer back, and therefore, which resulted in them losing and overall taking a pretty tough loss tonight. Coach Sharice Wright must be talking to her girls right now in the locker room, explaining, that, hey, some losses are harder than others, and this certainly is one of them. This was certainly a wake-up call, and after tonight, these girls are going to have to step it up, or, they're not going to have a spot for themselves in the playoffs. Here's a look at upcoming games. The boys varsity basketball team faces off in Miller Place today at 4:30 in a quest to continue their winning streak. Then next Thursday, they go up against Sable, looking to continue their hot streak and looking to get themselves into a well spot into the playoff run.
Yeah, man, you're doing a great job, man.
What I want to say is that, even though that the Amityville Lady Warriors took a pretty bad loss today, to not give up hope, there's always going to be games like this, especially when there's not much of a chemistry between you and your teammates, and it happens. No team is perfect, and losses like this can sometimes bring a team back together in ways that you can not imagine. And I'm hoping for nothing but the best between the Amityville Lady Warriors and the rest of their season. And the same goes to the John Glenn Knights. My name is Brian Canales. I am here reporting to you from the Amityville Broadcasting Network. The Amityville Lady Warriors lose tonight, 57-30 against the John Glenn Knights, and they hope to rebound next game against Sayville. It has been my honor to talk to you tonight, and I wish you all a great evening.
Go to AmityvilleWarriors.com for upcoming broadcasts and events. This has been a presentation of Warriors basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.